Shalom, Israel. I'm Captain LeBron, the Israelite School of the Camp, the Commander General Yohana, inviting all black Native Indians out to the 5th annual Fire Weekend.
Shalom, Israel. Come to the Fire Weekend, man, in Chicago. Midwest Fire Weekend, you know how we get down. July 21st to the 24th, we're going to be in Chicago.
Under the Midwest Mosque in Isupk, captain of 13,000 Northwalk.
July 21st, we got 12 children of Muhammad with the scripture breakdown class, followed by Captain Tadariyat and Captain Katazal across the line ring.
You know what I'm saying? We got the Bantu Festival coming back. We got the election coming. We're going to kick off the election with Captain Ash, Captain Katazal, and Kazak Yad. It's going to be called Fort Columbus Camp.
On the 24th of July, we're going to be doing the Black and Brown Unity Cookout. Shalom, Israel, to all my blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. From July 21st through the 24th, we're going to be holding the Midwest Fire Weekend. On July 21st, we hold a scripture breakdown with none other than 12 Shield General Muhammad from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., followed by Cross the Line Radio. On July 22nd, we're going to be having camp on the Magnificent Mile from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And guess what? Commanding General Yohana will be speaking at 3 p.m. We're going to be located at 401 North Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. After that, we're going to have the Before Columbus Came lecture from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. located on 9909 Roosevelt Road, Suite 100. On July 23rd, you can catch us at the Bantu Festival from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We're going to be located at 1130 Midway Place Park, Chicago, Illinois. And then last but not least, we're going to be having the Black and Brown Unity Cookout from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. located at Douglas Park, 1200 West 12th Place. For more information, call 708-299-5821. Again, 708-299-5821. Also, if you would like to help out and support this troop and brotherhood, go to the Midwest Fire Weekend Black and Brown GoFundMe account and make a generous donation.
Babylon is falling to rise no more again. Babylon is falling. Freedom is here, my friend, not just proclamation. Yahweh shine never could bring peace in start the division. Now put your trust in our riches and wealth, contamination. But just the last statutes and commandments will make the decision to keep them with precision. I just mark a division, and you'll get a vision. And see the black Christ, it wasn't a wide distinction. No allegiance to Rome, nor its regions. Come out them religion if you want me a free man. Cause the deacons them full of demons. Same situation with Rasta with Islam. Holy beacon of hope for your lean and this UPK and the General Yana. Every fowl of the ear, every beast of the field, every creeping thing with creep on land. Every mouth of the clear, loud and clear. Yahweh Shai Mashiach is a black man who have fear. Let him hear. Time to prepare. We reach and separate from Babylon. We no weak, we no fear. We not hear guns and a mic, but Matty man are just part of the nation. Yeah, our shine never could bring peace in start of the vision. Not put your trust in our riches and wealth comes our nation. I just the last statutes and commandments we make the decision to keep them with precision. Just part of the mission. Say evils and curses from the overcity and the beast and all churches. America fall them deserve it. Won't get defeated to repeat another first year. And 400 years of work with, then desert with, then turn round and call it worthless. But now the COVID lurking, them hurting, and they need doctors and nurses. And one day tear it off the turn after the long journey. No care much money you are earning if you still want Babylon burn. One day tear it off the turn after the long journey. No care much money you are earning, I just want the nation. Yeah, our shine never could bring peace in start of the vision. No put your trust in our riches and when comes our domination. I just the last statutes and commandments we make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the mission.
West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and the Commander General Yohana, the only authorized acronym. Look, Christianity, the home for white supremacists, the real Jews, black. Jesus Christ was a nigga. We scholars in the scriptures. Fuck your false doctrine. I'm a gangster, I can't go to church, they false prophets. I face the east and pray towards the sun. Fuck your peace and I don't need your love. I'm gonna have slaves when the kingdom come. I see my adversaries teaming up, but they ain't ready for war. And if they is, we gon' bring it to them. I'm through the pages, reading Obadiah. Look, white man the devil, he for sure a liar. Can't trust the snake, Jesus called them vipers. How you love everybody, won't be the ones dying. I'm bloodthirsty. My enemies drop dead. Don't do nothing God say, but won't forget it's for they sins. Niggas hypocrites. I just want slaughter and revenge. A sword and a crown to give my kids. Home of the truth. You ain't in this house. I was lost in the world, but I get it now. I got niggas sitting down who ain't getting out. You ain't ready for a baby, but don't kill your child. Home of the truth. You ain't in this house. I was lost in the world, but I get it now. I got niggas sitting down who ain't getting out. You ain't ready for a baby, but don't kill your child. And I can never be a Muslim cause they worship rocks. If you don't serve the Most High, then you curse my God. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, Rakatah. Palm Yashal, and shield the king, I would die. I got wisdom from the prophets, I ain't without. I'm in the belly of the beast trying to make it out. I know the truth, so I can't transgress the law. For a long time, was a rebel without a cause. I was called by the Lord. I feel like the poor man when a dog licked his swords. They ain't from my neighborhood, but I own all the stores. Church on that corner and my niggas still destroyed. We living in a time where you already get report. Men of the Lord still prisoners of war. I got a Glock, my brotherhood, the real weapon. You practice killing in my yacht, but it's still begging. Home of the truth, you ain't in this house. I was lost in the world, but I get it now. I got niggas sitting down who ain't getting out. You ain't ready for a baby, but don't kill your child. Home of the truth, you ain't in this house. I was lost in the world, but I get it now. I got niggas sitting down who ain't getting out. You ain't ready for a baby, but don't kill your child.
All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life. I'm on this for life, nigga, this a blow. Hey, yo, Madara, here go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rubber. The world turned its back on me. I'm a cripple. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you what. Don't pray for nothing, nothing in the curse. We can't forgive what's forbidden. Remain in the tricks. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your oppressor. Be about your business, this loyalty, the damn sins. Look, trying to pick up with a blind foot. They said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Devils and clan fair, they hunt you like bad pal. But ain't no getting out the game like you want it. You take that offense a bandit. They try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times. It is death to his partner. So how you feel about this truth out in show? This ain't the like you think, little nigga. I should want out. Even your own people go this home. And my Lord said they hate you for my name. Now you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing. Ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jets. Murder for capital nines. Murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement. We like fuck them. Raise it. I pity those watching life as it go by. Be giving mercy in this life. I don't know why. And pump smoke never tried over it. The dead at home, my brother be the dead. So I don't get the phone. Salute, my nigga. Salute. But they like how you stay focused. I told them I'm motivated because of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons still got weapons on the scene. And I never do my niggas like Bishop did right here. Never mind, you don't believe. They understand the seat. Shorty say she leave it, say she wanna let that love go. So I let that love go. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood oath. So how you feel about this truth out of show? This ain't the like this nigga. I should want even your own people go this home. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on.
Last song. About to get started.
Warrior with the hands, that's what I'm all about. Hunger in my eyes, vengeance in my mouth. They don't want no altercation. Situation gon' get critical. It's best that you be easy. The end gon' be biblical. Look, flow like a river. It's something like a miracle. Royalty in my veins, loyalty in my ways. Pay back in every word, plus revenge in my heart. The truth in every word. Bring light into the dark. I ain't never lukewarm. Shit, I blazing in the season. Got plenty food for thought. Just gotta watch who I feed. Not been walking with them angels. So I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas barely breathing, criticizing all my achievements. Won't make me weak. Nah, it won't make me slack off. These niggas baby fat, so I better bear witness or back off. I be ripping shit like sackcloth. Dumb dogs all barked out. Behind me say I come full. No room for emotion, so I pour my heart out. This road hard, but I intend to stay. And if it ain't UPK, then they in the way. My niggas righteous, they real, they down to suffer. Flow so deep, they drown a motherfucker. He say he in the truth, oh yeah? Bro, this the home. And I don't hate them brothers, I'm just too loyal to my own. Plus what they believe, hard for me to follow. Don't rank me no head, and I ain't leaving this body to live and sleep in hollow. So when they ask I'm UPK, you tell them absolutely. And I ain't trimming my ways for nothing, gotta execute me. Cause I can never die with my tail tucked between my legs. Shit I be thinking, watching my daughters tucked in their bed. They so smart, and Alana, she's so beautiful, but they ain't like other babies, and they daddy far from useful. Now I'm missing cause I'm about my father's business. It ain't about this shit I used to do in that 98 Navy, the 10 level seats. See, without wisdom, this world make you weak. I found out that the truth was bitter. The lies are sweet, tried everything. I guess me and Yahana had to meet. Now I make the blind see, and I make the dead speak. And teach both my little girls the day that they lie with a man, they better bring me bloody band sheets. Can't I smash the time? This Glock match my headpiece, and I ain't trying to take him out, but I will defend this house or 144 in that black trench on some hitman shit. She called it 47. Praying for Armageddon. Me and my soldiers dressed for the wedding. Fuck the fame. Ask why, tell them I'm loyal to the king. Until the righteous reign. Loyal to the king. I want that straight lane to break the chain. Loyal to the king. The devils can't have me, bitch. I'm loyal to the king. Bring that hot gun. You be say loyal to the king. Until the righteous reign. Loyal to the king. I want that straight lane to break the chain. Loyal to the king. The devils can't have me, bitch. I'm loyal to the king. Bring that hot gun. You be say loyal to the king.
First priest. Present thy registry.
Lakam Yala, Ban Yahawda, Ban Yashal.
Lakam Yala, Ban Yahawda, Ban Yasrala.
Yahaba Shim Yal Shabrakathum.
Yahweh Bashem Yashab Rakatha.
La Yashala.
A Muslim means to stand. Panokadam means to face east. We do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemaya.
Shabbat Shemaya.
Quadash.
Quadash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka.
Malakwaka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazayah.
Ratazayaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemaya.
Bashemaya.
Nathananawa.
Nathananawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Cow.
Cow.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknawa.
Wasalaknawa.
Kabawaknawa.
Kabawaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kabawayanawa.
Kabawayanawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabayayanawa.
Tabayayanawa.
Bonasai 1.
Bonasai 1.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashayanawa.
Hawashayanawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Ride.
Ride.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Watapara.
Watapara.
Lawalamya.
Lawalamya.
Amen.
Amen. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our
Father,
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
in earth,
as
it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us. From evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be.
Cut the power with the Hebrew, Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai. Babu Kashah.
Nathananawa. Hakat. Larapa'ah.
Call Makala. Wakal
Marawa.
Hakat.
Latahar.
Hamatazariah.
Hakat. Lahakia. Hamatia. Hakat. Al-Karwa. Hatama
The
Garshan. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water Aman. In the English,
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
The plan of best Israel in the Hebrew. You hear the name of God, say the name of Love. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Barak Lanau.
Barak Lanau.
Wayasha'ala.
Wayasha'ala.
Wahabayah.
Wahabayah.
Saparia.
Saparia.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun. Camille Kincaid.
Camille Kincaid.
Francine Williams.
Francine Williams.
Kimber Brown.
Kimber Brown.
The entire Anderson family.
The entire Anderson
The
family.
entire Luckett family.
The entire Luckett family.
Jacob McAllister.
Jacob McAllister.
Done.
The Wilcox family.
The Wilcox family.
The Anderson family.
The Anderson family.
The Weaver family.
The Weaver family.
The Rowley family.
The Rowley family.
And all destroyed of Israel.
All destroyed of Israel.
Done.
Hadaya Allah's real.
Hadaya Allah's real.
The Balmos real.
The Balmos real.
Osmayah's real.
Osmayah's real.
The Billis family.
The Billis family.
The Kincaid family.
The Kincaid family.
All Israel.
All Israel.
Done. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
The
Water in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Hahari.
Al-Hahari.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Izari.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Ayatan.
Ayatan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hanala'ah.
Hanala'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka. Yahweh.
Tazarka. Al-Yeh.
Al-Yeh.
Yamyaka.
Yamyaka.
Yawamar.
Yawamar.
Hashemah.
Hashemah.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakayaka.
Yakayaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Belayallah.
Belayallah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makal Rai.
Makal Rai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Oth the Pasha.
Oth the Pasha.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'ak.
Taza'aka.
Wawa'ak.
Wawa'aka.
Ma'ita.
Ma'ita.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Awalom.
Awalom.
In the English. I will lift up mine eyes to the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help coming from Yahweh.
My help coming from Yahweh.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayam.
Alahayam.
Al-Damayam.
Al-Damayam.
Lekut. Al-Takarat.
Al-Takarat.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al-Tashakwat.
All. Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awabyaka.
Awabyaka.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Anika.
Al-Anika.
Ya'arayamu.
Ya'arayamu.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayata.
Wayata.
Ya'ai Tazawa.
Ya'ai Tazawa.
Al-Tazapawayaka.
Al-Tazapawayaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakiyadam.
Wanakakiyadam.
Magalia.
Magalia.
Wala'ai.
Wala'ai.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Shom Yasha'ala.
Shem Yasha'ala.
Iwada.
Iwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawai Tazawa.
Nawai Tazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Barayat.
Barayat.
Yakaratwa.
Yakaratwa.
Ahoya.
Ahoya.
Adawan.
Adawan.
Wayashamai.
Wayashamai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagaria.
Wahagaria.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amalak.
Wa'amalak.
Palashah.
Palashah.
Am Yashabi.
Am Yashabi.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zerawai.
Zerawai.
Labanya.
Labanya.
The
Wat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Lahum.
Lahum.
Kamadia.
Kamadia.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Kayabia.
Kayabia.
Mayans.
Bonacall.
Koyashawan. Nashamalu. Bayan. Daira. Hayawa. Daman. La Adama. Shayathamwa. Nadab. Yamawa. Kaira. Wakazabak. Wakazalmanai. Call Nasi Akamwa. Ashar. Amara. Naya Rashad. Nalawa. Nawat. Alahayam. Shayathamwa. Kagogala. Kakwash. Lapanya. Rawaka. Kaash. Tabaira. Yaira. Wakalahaba. Talahat. Harayam. Khan. Daradakma. Basairika. Wabasa. Wapaka. Kabahalam. Mala'at. Panyaham. Kwarawan. Waya. Bakwashwa. Shemka. Yahawa. Yabashwa. Waya. Bahawa. Adiai. Waya. Kapawa. Waya. Abadwa. Waya. Daira. Kaya. Atha. Shemka. Yahawa. Nabaka. Ayawan. Al. Kyle. Haratazah. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted. Against thy hidden ones.
Against thy hidden ones.
They have said. Come. And let us cut them off.
And let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
That the name of Yasharallah.
Let the name of Yasharallah.
May be no more remembered.
May be no more remembered.
But they have consulted together. With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of
Moab. And the Hagarenes. Gabal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur is also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them. As unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Orel. And like Zael. Yea. All their princes. As Zabah. And as Zamuna. Who said. Let us take to ourselves. The houses of Yahweh in possession. Oh my power. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. As the flames set at the mountains on fire. So persecute them. With thy tempest. And make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded. And troubled forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou. Whose name alone. Is Yahweh. Art the most high. Over all the earth.
Sorry, Mr. Turn. Sabbath. He's seated.
All right, we're going to start off where we pick up where we left off last week. It's going to be the book of Judges, chapter 11, starting at verse 12. Want to check? Yeah, you got it. Con. Go ahead, check. All right, so for those who don't remember last week, Judges 11, we're talking about Jephthah from Gilead. He's the son of Gilead. He was born of a harlot.
All right.
So the brothers of his brothers in his household rejected him. because they said, basically you were born from a strange woman.
Right.
You will not have part of our father's inheritance. So they kicked him out. He said, you're not of our father's house, because your mother was a stranger. Not meaning like a heathen, meaning like she wasn't from Gilead. She wasn't from their section, their town where they're at. And she was a harlot. Now, obviously him, Gilead being an honorable man, he had a son by this woman who's considered a harlot, but he kept his son.
Right.
He took his son in and raised his son. And upon his death, his other sons rejected the brother and ran him away. And when he was ran out, it said vain men gathered onto him, and with him he fled into Tob, and that's where he was spending his days. And then it came to pass, as it said, the children of Ammon came to make war with Israel.
Right.
Okay, so Ammon rose up against Israel, and when that happened, because Jephthah was a mighty man, as the scriptures say, you know what I mean? That means the brother was strong.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was a strong brother, not only in physical strength, but in character.
Right.
And obviously he followed the law, statutes, and commandments. Obviously he followed after the Lord. See, being a mighty man, when it comes to the truth of the Most High, it doesn't mean physical strength. There are a lot of physically strong brothers out here that are wicked as hell. And that makes them weak men, because they don't have the strength to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. They don't have the strength to follow the rules that the Most High God set before our nation and before our people.
Right.
So when the Ammon came to war with Israel, the elders of Gilead ran to Jephthah and begged the brother to come and fight for him. You know what I mean? And that's, let's see, that went to the elders. And they promised him, they said, listen, come and fight for us and we'll make you a captain over our people.
Right.
We'll make you a captain over our armies and over our people, and we'll follow you. You know what I mean? They made him a promise. And so where we're at right now, and Jephthah said, really, y'all ran me away. Right. You said I didn't have a part of my father's inheritance in my house. Now you come to me.
Right.
Now you want my help.
Right.
Well, why should I help you? What's to prevent y'all from turning around and reneging on your promise? Already my father accepted me into his house and you ran me away. Why should I trust you?
Right.
And they said, listen, we made this pact with you before the Most High. The Lord heard what we said, so we can't turn. He said, all right, well, check this out. If I come and the Lord delivers Ammon into my hands and I win this war, will you make me the leader of all of you?
Right.
Will you make me the leader of your people? Will I be able to rule over my father's house? Because Gilead became a city. His father founded this place. You know what I mean? So he said, I bet. Basically, will I be able to get my inheritance back?
Right.
Will I be able to rule over the house that you all kicked me out? Will I be able to rule over the people that you shunned me from? And they said, hey, we give you our word.
Right.
And that's what we're picking up today, a little bit after that incident, just to put us back in the context as to where we left off last week, if you could.
The book of Judges, chapter 11, verse 12 in the Hebrew. Well, yeah, Shalak. Yepatak. Malakim. Oh. Malak. Banaya. I'm a one. Lamar. Ma. Laya. Walak. Kaya. Bath. Alaya. It's like Alya. Lahalakam. Baratiza. It's like it. Baratiza ya. Verse 13. Wayamar. Malak. Bunya. It's like it. Bunya. I'm a one. Ow. Malakia. Yapatak. Kaya. Laquak. Yasharala. Ath. Aratiza. It's like
Take time. It's good.
But I Lawathwa. Mama Tizarayim. It's like Ma running one. Wa'id. Hayabakwa. Wa'id. Hayaradan. What I thought. Hashayaba. Athan. Bashalom. Bashalawam. Verse 14. Well, what's up? It's like it. I would. Yapatak. Wayashalak. Malakim. Ow. Malak. Banaya. I'm a one. Verse 15. Wait, it's like Wayamar. Lawa. Ka. Is that Ka? It's Ka.
I can't see what it's saying in English. I have to talk to you and see what it is.
Amar. Yapatak. La'a.
Laquak, Yasharala, Ath, Aratiza, Moab, Wa'ath, Aratiza, Bunya, Imawan, verse 16, Kaya, Ba'ila Watham, Mamatizarayum, Wayalak, Yasharala, Bamadbar, Ide, Yum, Sawap, Wayaba, Quadash, verse 17, Wayashalak, Yasharala, Malakium, Al, Malak, Adawam, Lamar, Ibar, Ibara, Na, Barat, that's a cut damn right. Baratizak, Wala'a, Shemai, Malak, Adawam, Wagum, Al, Malak, Mawa'aba, Shalak, Wala'a, Abba, Wayashab, Yasha'ala, Bakwadash, verse 18, Wayalak, Bamadbar, Wayasab, Ath, Aratiza, Adawam, Wa'ath, Aratiza, Mawa'ab, Wayaba, Mamazarak, Shamash, La Aratiza, Mawa'aba, Waya Canal. It's like Waya Canal one. By a bar. I run one. Walla. Bawa. Bagabawa. Mawaba. Kaya. Araka one. Araka one. Arakan. It's like I run a one. Gabal. Gabawal. It's like Moabar. Moabar, verse 19.
See, that's it, please.
Yeah, man. And look, that's what good old fashioned practice do. We talking about practice, not the real game, but practice.
Start back at verse 12.
Verse 12.
Book of Judges, chapter 11, verse 12 in the English. And Jephthah said, okay, come on. And Jephthah sent messengers unto the king of the children of Ammon, saying, what hast thou to do with me, that thou art come against me to fight in my land?
Now, right here, sorry, it was Jephthah. So what right here, what's going on is Jephthah sent message to the king Ammon. He sent a messenger, and he's saying, like, he basically saying, what's the problem? Why are you attacking? What did I do to you? What did my people do to you for you to all of a sudden just attack us to go to war with us and try to take our land? Right. Like what basically he said in modern time, what's really going on?
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 13. And the king of the children of Ammon answered unto the messenger of Jephthah, because Israel took away my land when they came up out of Egypt from Arnon, even to Jabbok, and unto Jordan. Now, therefore, restore those lands again peaceably.
So he said, what you did to me was when y'all came out of Egypt, when you came out of the out of that captivity, and y'all took our land from us.
Right.
He's saying you took our land everywhere from Arnon all the way down to the river Jordan, all the way down to Jordan. He said, that's ours. That belongs to Ammon. He said, so what you did to me was you stole my land from me, and I want it back. So basically, this is your choice. Get out my land, surrender it peacefully, and be on your way. Right. That's what he's saying, surrender. Go ahead and get his land back, or we go into war. So let's see what happens. Go ahead.
Come, verse 14. And Jephthah sent messengers again unto the king of the children of Ammon, and said unto him, thus said Jephthah, Israel took not away the land of Moab, nor the land of the children of Ammon.
He said, look, we ain't take nothing from you. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean we took your land? Right. We didn't Moab right there. We didn't take nothing from Moab, and we didn't take nothing from you. But he's going to break it down why he's saying this to these people. Go ahead.
Come, verse 16. But when Israel came up from Egypt and walked through the wilderness unto the Red Sea and came to Kadesh, then Israel sent messengers to the king of Edom, saying, let me pass, I pray thee.
Read that again.
Come. Then Israel sent messengers to the king of Edom, saying, let me pass. So like it, saying, let me, I pray thee, pass through the land. But the king of Edom would not hearken thereto.
Now, when we were escaping out of Egypt, when we were in the wilderness, we came on to Kadesh. And we asked our so-called brother Esau. Everybody want to say that Esau is our brother.
Right.
It says in the scripture, thou shalt not abhor and eat, all that crap that they try to say to us. You know what I mean? About how Esau is still our brother. Esau is no longer our brother.
Right.
He has not been our brother for thousands of years at this point. And at this point right here, it wasn't that long after. It was just several generations after the whole thing with Jacob and Esau. Esau had his own land. And when we were escaping Egypt and we needed a safe passage through because we had enemies on our heels. We had people hunting us. We were fighting in the wilderness. We weren't just in the wilderness just lollygagging around. Right. You know what I mean? We did have some conflicts while we was in that wilderness. And one of the times we looked at our so-called brother, Esau, to let us get safe passage through. And guess what they told us? No.
Right.
They refused to let us pass. They refused to let us pass peacefully and safely through their city. So we had to find another way around. Go ahead.
And in like manner, they sent unto the king of Moab, and he would not consent. And Israel abode in Kadesh.
So he sent word to Moab. Moab told us no.
Right.
They wouldn't let us through. So we had to stay in Kadesh. We did not want to be in Kadesh. We're heading our way to the promised land. We were heading our way to our own land that the Most High told us was ours.
Right.
That he told our forefathers that we would possess. And we simply went to Esau and Moab and asked them for peaceful, safe passage through their land. We didn't want to fight them. We weren't going to cause no war. We weren't going to cause no conflict. We weren't going to raid them or do nothing dishonorable. We just wanted to pass through them safely so we can avoid danger and get to where we were trying to go.
Right.
Go ahead.
Come. Verse 18. And when they went along through the wilderness, they came and passed through the... Then they went along through the wilderness and compassed the land of Edom and the land of Moab and came by the east side of the land of Moab.
See, because they wouldn't let us pass safely through, when they say we compassed them, we were surrounded, we semi-surrounded, we had surrounded the land of Edom and Moab. We were looking for a safe passage. So then we had to go back through the wilderness and then go towards off the east side of Moab to find a safe passage so we can try to get to where we're going. Go ahead.
Come. And pitch on the other side of Arnon. And it's like it, but came not within the borders of Moab. For Arnon was the border of Moab.
So we came to a land called Arnon, and that's where we pitched our tents at. That's where we rested our feet. That's where it was on the border of Moab, but we never crossed Moab's borders. We did not go into the land of Moab. They told us we couldn't go in. We didn't go in. Right. We didn't go in and invade Edom. They told us we couldn't come in. We didn't come in. So this is what he's telling the king of Ammon. He's like, listen, man, I don't know what you're talking about. When we were in the wilderness, we came to Edom. We asked Edom if we could pass through safely. Right. They told us no. We asked Moab if we could pass through them safely. They told us no. So we had to go all the way around Moab and Edom. We had to go around them. That's what it said, compass. We had to go around about them, go back through the wilderness and find our way through on the east side of Moab, come to the border of Moab and pitch our tents and rest at Arnon because we had nowhere else to go. But we did not cross over into the land of Moab. We never crossed the border that we were not supposed to cross. He's explaining to them, we did not come out of the wilderness to wage war with everybody that we came across. We were looking for refuge. And these two people in particular told us no. But it's more to the story of why he's explaining this. Go ahead.
If I may break it out so heavy is that, like I said, these heathens, they hit our guts. Now, if they had been another nation, they would have said, no problem. Y'all go ahead. Y'all need anything? Y'all need anything else? You know what I'm saying? For us, the children of Israel, be God's chosen. They don't give a damn.
right, a peaceful nation. That's what the brother said. A peaceful nation, a civilized nation that had any form of compassion or brotherhood or anything inside of them would have saw us ex-slaves.
Right.
You know what I mean? Former slaves, former soldiers. You know what I mean? That were subject to a harsh and cruel slavery.
Right.
And just like now, even back then, the slavery in Egypt was well known because Egypt was a major trade port.
Right.
Egypt was a major hub. Egypt was the place to be. Egypt was America.
That's right.
So you can't tell me that Edom and Moab and Ammon and all the people of the lands back then did not know that the Hebrews were in there in Egypt serving slavery. Right. Want to know why? Because they came through and bought goods there. They bought services. They probably prostituted our women. It's not in the scriptures, but let's look at how slavery has been through history.
Right.
They knew we were over there serving that bondage. And they knew Egypt was probably after us, and they didn't want no smoke from Egypt. That's what it was. And
right.
then they didn't have no respect for former slaves.
Right.
So they had no respect for us. So they didn't want to let us through our land because they see a bunch of well-trained, well-armed men,
right.
former slaves and soldiers, but along with women and children and elderly. And they didn't want to let us march to their land because they were afraid of us. They did not have respect for us. And they feared that we would try to conquer them or steal. You know what I mean? They feared that we had ill will when all we wanted to do was go past.
Right.
All right. Get the next 7.
It's in the book Judges, chapter 11, verse 19, in the Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
Where Isupk, Yashala, Melachiyam, all saith the one, it's like say Kawan, Malak, Amaria, Malak, Kashabawan, where Amar, Lawa, Yashala, Naibara, Na, Baratazak, I, Makawamia. Verse 20, Wala'a, Ha'amayan, Sayakawan, Af, Yashala, Ibar, Bagaba, it's like Bagaba, Balawa, Waya Asa, Sayakawan, Af, Call, Imawa, Waya Kanwa. Bayatazaha, Walakam, Ain, Yashala, verse 21, Wayathan, Yahweh, Aliyah, Yashala, Af, Sekawan, Wa'af, Call, Amawa, Bayad, Yashala, Wayakawan, Wayat, Yarash, Yashala, Af, Call, Arataza, Ha'amaria, Yabashah, Ha'arataza, Ha'aya, verse 22, Wayaya Rashawa, Af, Call, Gabawal, Ha'amaria, Ma'aranawan, Wa'ai, Hayabak, Wayaman, it's like it Waman, Hamadabar, Wa'ai, Hayaradan, verse 23, Wa'aitha, Yahweh, Aliyah, Yashala, Hawayash, Af, Ha'amaria, Mapanya, Amawa, Yashala, Wa'ata, Hayarashanwa, verse 24, Hala'a, Af, Ashar, Yawar, Rashak, Kamawash, Alaya Yak, Awatawa, Hayarush, Wa'ath, Kal, Ashar, Hoayash, Yahweh, Alayanwa, Apan Yanawa, Awatawa, Nayarash, verse 25, Wa'ita, Hatawa, Tawa, Ata, Makalak, Ban, Tazapawar, Malak, Mawa'ab, Harawa, Rabah, Ain, Yashala, Nalakam, Bum.
Verse 19.
Book of Judges, chapter 11, verse 19 in the English. And Israel sent messengers to Sihon, king of the Amorites.
So when we were in Arnon, at the border, we sent another messenger to Sihon, the king of the Amorites. Read.
The king of Heshbon. And Israel said unto him, let us pass, we pray thee, through thy land into my place.
See, that's how we know where they were going. He said, now keep in mind, this is our story from when we were in the wilderness.
Right.
So we didn't technically have a land at that time, right? But he asked the king of the Amorites, he said, we pray thee. He said, please let us pass. Let us go through peacefully so we can get to our land, to the place. He said, to my place and to my place. That's what Israel is saying, to our land.
Right.
We were promised this land by the Most High. We don't want your land. We don't want nothing from you. All we want is safe passage through your land so we could get to our land.
Right.
We just escaped out of this harsh slavery. We saw all these miracles. You know what I mean?
Right.
We've been in the wilderness training. I know we look rough. All right. But we all we want to do is peacefully pass through here and go through to where we belong. Don't that sound like us today?
Right.
All we're really asking, all the Isupk under Commander General Yahana is asking our captors today and all the other nations is to leave us alone. Right. Let us have safe passage into our place, the place where we belong. We're not trying to make war with you. We're not trying to steal your land. Right. We don't want to be in your land. We want our own land. We don't want your women. We want our own women. Right. We don't want your system of government. We don't want nothing to do with nothing about you. Matter of fact, we wish you would just leave us alone.
Right.
Let us safely pass away from you, through you, and go to where we belong so we can build our own up. It's the same thing that our ancestors asked these people. The same thing the ancestors asked the Edomites back then, that we're asking the Edomites right now. And they told us then what they tell us now. No. The Moabites, no. The Amorites, no.
Right.
They tell us the same thing now that they told us then when we were trying to pass peacefully through the land so that we could go to where we belong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Keep reading.
Come, verse 20. But Sihon trusted not Israel to pass through his coast.
So Sihon was like, nah, it's something about you niggas.
Right.
You know what I mean? Moab wouldn't let you through. Edom wouldn't let you through. I don't trust y'all. No, I'm not letting you pass through my coast. You know what I mean? Y'all look too rough. Y'all look like an army. Because when we was in the wilderness, we weren't just in the wilderness, just praying and eating manna. We were in the wilderness training also.
Right.
We remember when we left Egypt, we did raid parts of Egypt. And we took weapons. That's how we were able to fight our way up out of the city at one point.
Right.
That's why Pharaoh and all his army chased us, because we took what we needed. While they was inside of their cribs, you know what I'm saying? The firstborn dying, boils, and all the plagues were on them. We took what we needed. Hell, you know why? Because we built Egypt.
Right.
It was ours.
Right.
The things we took are more than likely the swords that we took and the armors we took. We forged those.
Right.
We smithed those. We were the blacksmiths building their armor. We were the slaves in their fields, harvesting their food and filling up their supply, their grain supplies and their supply houses. We were the mothers and sisters and aunties and daughters, you know what I'm saying, knitting together their clothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We supplied Egypt with every darn thing they had. So when we left, the Lord told us to take what we needed, and we took what we needed to survive because it was ours anyway. Right. You know what I mean? So when we came onto this city, he looked at us like, no. I heard about what happened to Egypt. I heard what y'all did in Egypt. Mm-hmm. And y'all look rougher now than you did when you left then. You look kind of strong. I don't think you coming. I don't trust you. Go ahead.
But Sihon gathered all his people together and pitched in Jahaz and fought against Israel.
So he saw us coming. We asked for peaceful passage. He said, no, I don't trust you. And so he gathered his armies. Instead of just saying no, and looking how we did when Edom told us no, did we go and attack Edom? No. We was like, damn. All right, let's go around now. We went and asked Moab. They told us no.
Right.
Did we go and attack Moab? We said, oh, damn. Rejected again. All right, this journey getting a little bit longer. Let's find a way around them. This is what Jephthah is relaying to the king of Ammon. Like, we did not attack these people. We asked them for a safe passage through their land. They told us no. We made our way around them until we got to this spot. Now, when we got here, we asked this guy for safe passage through. He told us no, raised up his army and attacked us.
Right.
We didn't attack him. We didn't come for war. We were looking for not even refuge, safe passage. We didn't say, can we stay in your land? We didn't say, can we pitch our tents here? Can we dwell here among you? We said, can we pass through? Because we're trying to get over there. Right. And the easiest way, one of the safest ways and the simplest ways, we're tired. Let us pass through in peace. This dude said no and attacked us. Read.
Verse 21. It's like, if I could.
Go ahead.
That sounds just like today. You understand? Like we so tired of being gunned down and murdered to the point where we marching. You know, hands up, don't shoot, no justice, no peace. Right. All we want is to not die no more.
That's it.
But yet and still they attack.
And they every day. Nothing. That's why the Most High said, I'm paraphrasing, but he did say there's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
The way they treat us now is the same way they did us back then. The same enemies we had back then, we have those same enemies today.
Right.
We were surrounded on all sides by heathens back then. We're surrounded on all sides by heathens today.
Right.
Go ahead, young man.
And so, like, to add what the officer said, like how he was saying, we put our hands up, no justice, no peace, all of that. We'll have peaceful protests and then still call the riot squad, and they'll be pepper spraying us and tasing us and shooting us with little beanbag guns and all that stuff. They'll tell us no justice and still attack us.
That's it. Get a man in. Get a young man in. For y'all today, if y'all could hear what the young man was saying, this is a young man in the truth. You know what I mean? On his way to earning his troopership and earning a Hebrew name.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the young brother has been solid, and you can tell he's a studious young man. He pays attention. He didn't come in here thinking he knew everything.
Right.
He came in here with what he did know, forgot that, added, and let us teach him and learn the true way. And then he adds his knowledge into the truth instead of trying to let his knowledge overtake the truth.
That's right.
He humbled himself. And as you hear this young man say, today we have peaceful protest, and they shoot us with water hoses, with beanbag guns, and they pepper spray us. They come and turn our peaceful protest into a violent riot.
Right.
But you know who they don't do that to? The Proud Boys. The Tiki Torch mob.
Right.
The ones that took the car and ran over people in the crowd and killed them down. Was that in North Carolina? When the Edomite ran his car through the crowd as part of his protest? The ones who kill people, the ones who are in the busting out the windows at the protest, the ones who walking through the protest with guns, shooting people, They arrest them peacefully. Right. The boy Kyle Rittenhouse went through and shot people.
Right.
And then walked over. The police saw this Mark shoot people and walked over to the police peacefully. They didn't even confiscate his weapon. They had to go to his house days later, weeks later, and arrest him at home. He didn't get arrested on the spot. And then they patted him on the back. All these mass shooters, they get patted on the back. They go get Burger King after they kill your grandmother and your grandfather inside their church. Right. They get patted on the back after they shoot your grandmother and your grandfather down inside of the grocery store.
That's right.
Okay?
If I could.
I see both of y'all hands. Go ahead. The come handle went first, Ross. Go ahead.
What you're saying is so heavy because not only do they do that, but they fulfill Psalms chapter 55, verse 20 and 21 perfectly. Yeah, like before those mass shooters go and shoot up them stores, they go out there and become friends with everybody.
Yes, they do.
You understand? That's the only way you can. They plot out their territory and they make everybody love them before they go spray them off. And that's why our president is such a damn devil that the Bible speak of, because what he do is he'll become friends with us. And then he'll come back and kill us off in the streets in cold blood. Right. You understand? Like these, and then what he'll do also is he'll have them go beat themselves up.
Right.
And make it look like we did it. So that their cops, their police forces, because they know that their police forces are on their side.
Right.
So they'll have their police forces come and do what they did to George Floyd.
Right. Mariah, you want to say something?
Which I'm bringing that so heavy is have a precept so people can understand. They won't say, "Oh well, Esau is it's not the white man, it's the Arab." Okay, it's the precept in Ezekiel 35 verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Hey, what?
A perpetual hatred, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of the calamity.
Right.
In the time that it's like in the time that the iniquity had its end. That's it.
Yeah, but like I said, in the time of their calamity, they said, let's be for real. The Arab man is not shedding our blood by the force of the sword.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Only Esau is killing us.
Right.
Esau is the one that put us in the situation that we're in to kill each other.
Right.
So if I put you into a house and this house is a fire trap, and then I set fire to the house and burn it down on top of you and around you, and you get out and 3 more of your family members get out, but 12 more die, guess what? I'm responsible for those 12 family members that did not get out and that died.
That's right.
Because I set the fire.
That's right.
I put you in the conditions where your family can get killed. Well, Esau put us in the ghettos and in the barrios and on the reservations. Right. They enslaved us. They enslaved Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans all throughout American history. There's only one man that fits the description of Esau and Edom, and that is the so-called white man, aka the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Period, point blank. There is no argument about that. Anyone that argues that Esau are the Arabs love their oppressors.
Right.
They're trying to steer away the attention off of their slave masters because they love massa.
That's right.
They are victims of white supremacy. They love the KKK. They love neo-Nazis. They love the evil that our oppressors do. And they also want our oppressors to get saved so that they could be in the kingdom of heaven, sharing power with the people that are in power now. Right. Those same people would share power in the kingdom when the kingdom is supposed to be ours and ours alone.
That's right.
I just had to say this because after I heard Commander General speak, that's a really good job into the truth. And say somebody asked Commander General, they was like, are you ever gonna get off the white man? He was like, no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right. We'll get off the white man after that prophecy in Obadiah comes true.
Right.
That's when we'll get off of him because he'll be off the earth. We won't have to worry about his evil. We won't have to worry about him rising up again. The Lord said, make sure that he does prepare slaughter for his children.
Right.
For the iniquities of his father, so they no longer possess cities.
Right.
They don't need to possess any more cities or countries or land because all they do is rape, rob, murder, and kill.
Right.
History has proven it. I ain't got to prove a damn thing. All you got to do is open up a history book. All you got to do is look outside your door if you live in the ghetto.
That's right.
All you got to do is open your goddamn eyes and look at the world around you and realize who's on top of the world.
Right.
And who's ruling the world. And you'll know who Edom and Esau is.
Right.
Go ahead.
All you gotta do is walk outside and breathe.
That's it. If you breathe that nasty polluted air, what the Lord say? Ask the animals.
Right.
They'll tell you.
Right.
Ask the insects. They'll tell you. Hell, ask the trees. They'll tell you. They'll tell you who Esau is, and they'll tell you who the devil on this earth is.
That's right.
Period. Point blank. But as we were saying, the in this scripture right here, and it just goes to show how powerful these scriptures are, because the past is the present.
Right.
The things that happened to us in the past happen in the present. We asked this king right here for safe passage. He told us no and brought his army to fight us when we weren't even trying to fight nobody.
Right.
We weren't trying to attack them. We asked him if we could walk through his land so we could go to our place, so we could build our own kingdom. And he attacked us, as they do today. Read on.
Verse 21.
Verse 20.
Like we just read 20.
Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, yeah, that's right. 21. Salaki, my bad.
Come on. Verse 21. And the Most High power of Israel delivered Shahan and all the people into the hand of Israel.
So the Most High delivered Sihon and all his people into our hands.
Right.
You know why? Because the Lord was with us.
That's right.
We weren't doing anything wrong. And that goes to show when we're in the right, when we're in our right frame of mind, when we're our right state of being, when we're living the right way, the Lord is with us, and we are the most powerful nation this earth has ever seen.
That's right.
No one can defeat us. We are, when we're in our right frame of mind, we're undefeated.
That's right.
But when we're wrong, when we're following these other nations, when we're not following the law, statutes, and commandments, when we're on drugs, on stripper poles, shooting each other down in the street, aborting our babies,
right,
being homosexual,
right,
you know what I'm saying, being non-gender specific, and following out and when we're in Christianity, when we're in Islam, when we're in Buddhism, when we're in every other thing except for our traditions, following our God, we can't defeat anybody.
Right.
When we're in the right, we're undefeated. But when we're wrong, we can't defeat anything.
If I could, what you're saying is so heavy, because even our oppressors know that once we actually obey the Lord, then we instantly become on top.
Right.
Like every nation under the sun, and they've known this all the way back since way back when. You understand? They understood that as long as Israel is obeying the Lord, we cannot be defeated.
Right.
You understand? It's in the scriptures. But they also understood that the moment we start breaking the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, that is the moment they can take over and overthrow us.
Right.
That's the moment they can do whatever the hell they want to do to us, because our power is no longer with us. You understand? And that's something that's very important, which is why it's so important for us as a people to learn to keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
That's why the whole Roe versus Wade, you understand? That's why all of this stuff that we seeing now in the news is so important, because it is a filthy, wicked, heinous act to abort your baby.
Right.
It is a sin according to the Lord to murder a unborn child. That baby has life. You understand? And it's against the law, statutes, and commandments to abort your child. It's against the law to be a filthy homosexual.
Right.
You understand? But the more we do this stuff, the longer we stay in oppression.
Right.
And the more the quicker we come away from it, the quicker we can go back on top.
Yeah, right.
Like,
right. Let's get back onto the scriptures. It's lucky about that. We get a little passionate up here, you know what I mean? But let's get these scriptures back rolling.
Come. Verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High power of Israel delivered Shahan and all of his people into the hand of Israel, and they smote them. So Israel possessed all the land of the Amorites, the inhabitants of the country, the inhabitants of that country.
So once again, we went in, we asked him for safe passage. He told us no. He gathered his armies. He attacked us. The Lord delivered them into our hands, and we smote all of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In their land. You know what I'm saying? And it says, so Israel possessed, we're in 21, right?
Come.
Yeah, so Israel possessed the land of the Amorites. You know what I'm saying? We didn't go in there for war.
Right.
We just wanted safe passage. They attacked us, we defeated them, we slayed them, and we took their land.
That's right.
That's just how it goes. You know what I mean? We didn't come for war. They wanted war. They got what they wanted. That's how we ended up with the land of the Amorites. Continue.
Come. Verse 22. And they possessed all the coast of the Amorites, from Arnon even to Jabbok, and from the wilderness even to Jordan.
So this is what he's telling the king of Ammon. This is where all of this right here is what he's telling the king of Ammon about how we ended up with this land.
Right.
So he told that whole thing about Edom and Moab to set the context and the tone.
Right.
You know, of how we ended up at Arnon and how we ended up getting Arnon and what was that, Jabbok? Jahaz and Jabbok and all the way down to Jordan. We didn't come for that land. We didn't come as a conquering army. We came as people simply we came as sojourners. We came as journeymen. We were simply trying to go through the land, and they attacked us. We defeated them. Hey, the rights of succession is the spoils of war. We took that land.
Right.
Read.
Come, verse 23. So now the Most High power of Israel have dispossessed the Amorites from before his people, Israel. And shouldest thou possess it?
He says, so now our God dispossessed them.
Right.
He the one that upheaved them out the land.
That's right.
Before his people. So isn't it right? Shouldn't we possess that land?
Right.
Shouldn't we take it?
Right.
You know what I mean? That it's only right. Continue on. He breaks it down even further, though. Continue on.
Wilt not thou possess that which Kamash thy God given thee to possess?
He's saying if your God gave you some land to possess it, if you was in our shoes and your God had, and some people attacked you and your God delivered them into your hands and gave you land to take, wouldn't you take it?
Right.
Aren't you going to take what your God give you? Read.
Come. So whomsoever the Most High our power shall drive out from before us, them will we possess.
He says, so when it comes to our God, the Most High our power, when the Lord our God, when he gives us something to possess, when he lets us drive some people out, we're going to possess that land just like you would.
Right.
And it's only right. How come you can do it, but we can't?
Right.
It's wrong when we do it, but it's right when you do it. I don't think so. You know what I mean? So Ammon saying that, started this off by saying, y'all took our land. Jephthah just explained to him, basically, that's why he said, we didn't take anything from you.
Right.
We didn't come in and conquer your people and attack your people. Your people attacked us. We kicked their butts. Our God delivered them into our hands. We slew them. We defeated them, and we possessed the land. Just like if your God gave you something to take, some land to take, you would take it. Right. My God gave us this land to take, so we took it. We didn't take nothing from you. Your people started that and lost. That's their fault. Go ahead.
Come, verse 25. And now art thou anything better than Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab? Did he ever strive against Israel, or did he ever fight against them?
He says, so are you better than the son of the king of Moab? You know what I mean? When we asked Moab for passage, they told us no.
Right.
Did he strive against us? Did he try to fight us? Or did they just simply say no and trust that we was going to go about our way? Are you any better than them? You know what I mean? Are you better than this person? But it's a further breakdown as we continue on in the scriptures about why he's saying these things to him. He's basically explaining to this king, like, listen, man, we didn't do anything to you. Why are you attacking us?
Right.
We didn't take your land. Your land was given to us by God. Our God gave us your land because your people decided to come against us when all we asked for was safe passage through them.
Right.
All right, continue on.
In the Hebrew. The book of Judges, chapter 11, verse 26 in the Hebrew. Bashabath, Yasharallah.
Yeah, 26, right?
Come on.
Let me pick it up.
Come on.
Bashabath, Yasharallah. Because Shabua. Salaki, let me see that because I got to hear it now on the phone. It's a little bit distorted. Salaki. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. But Kashabuan. Wababan with the ya. Wabai where I war. Wababan Shlaki. Wababan with the ya. Wabakal. Hariyam. Ashar. Al. Yadiya. Aran. Shalash. Mawath. Shana. Wamadawai. La'a. Hatazalakdim. Ba'ai. Hahaya. Verse 27. Wanakia. La'a. Hata'atia. Oh yeah, Salakia. Kata'atia. La'ak. Wata. Aisha. Atia. Raya. Ra'iha. Salakia. Lakam. Banya. Yeshapat. Yahweh. Hashapat. Hayawam. Bayan. Banya. Yasharala. Wabayan. Banya. Amawan. Verse 28. Wala'a. Shemai. Malak. Banya. Amawan. Al. Debaria. Yapatak. Ashar. Shalak. Aliwa. Verse 29. With the ya. Al. Yapatak. Rawak. Rawak. Yahweh. Wayabar. Hagalai. Wa'a. Manashah. Wayabar. Matazapa. Galayar. Salaki. Galai. Wamamataz Tazapah, Galaad, Ibar, Banya, Amawan. Verse 30. Where Debar, Wupatak, Salakia, Nadar, La Yahweh, where Yamar, Nathawan, Dathan, Banya, Amawan, Bayadaya, verse 31, Wahaya, Hayotazah, Ashar, Yatazah, Madalathia, Bayathia, Lakarathia, Bashawabia, Bashalawan, Mabanya, Amashawan, Yahweh, Slakia, Wahaya, La Yahweh, Wahai, La Yath, Hawa, I will love. Verse 32. Waya Ibar, Yapatak, Al, Banya, Amawan, Lahalahum, Saki, Lahalakam, Bum, Tamum, Saki, Tanum, Yahweh, Bayadwa.
The book of Judges, chapter 11, verse 26 in the English. While Israel dwelt in Heshbon and her towns, and in Aurora and her towns, and in all the cities that belong that be alone by the coast of Arnon, 300 years. Why therefore did ye not recover them within that time?
So he said, look, man, we've been, first he said, are you any, the king of Moab never attacked us. You know what I mean? Are you saying you're better than them? Then he said, we dwelled in this land from Heshbon and Aurora and all the towns and all the cities along the coast of Arnon for 300 years we've been here.
Right.
And in all that time, why didn't you come try to take your land in? You know what I'm saying? You didn't come to recover your land. No king from the time we came in this land to you, up until you, came to recover our land, that land. If we're wrong, why didn't y'all try to take it back before now? Right. It's been 300 years. We've been here 300 years.
Right.
And in all that time, nobody attempted to take it back. Keep going.
Verse 27. Wherefore, I have not sinned against thee.
He said, I didn't do it. I ain't committing no sin against you. You know why do you have been coming and taking it in 300 years? Because we weren't wrong. We didn't do nothing wrong. Everybody knows, if you look at the history, even your people attacked us.
Right.
They lost. We took the land. There's no sin. I didn't do anything wrong. Keep going.
But thou doest me wrong to war against me.
But you wrong for coming up in here now, warring against me for no reason, claiming some ancient beef that don't exist between our people. Claiming I wronged you somehow.
Right.
It's been 300 years since that day that you're talking about. And I got the records right here. And I told you, according to our records, and more than likely, according to your records, how we ended up in this land. You the one that's wrong, not me. Go ahead.
The Most High, the judge, be judged this day between the children of Israel and the children of Ammon.
He said, but you know what? It's cool. The Most High, the one that created everything, the judge, he gonna judge who's right or wrong between our two people this day. You going to war with me? Okay, we gonna have this war, and God's gonna be the judge.
Right.
The Creator's gonna decide who's right and who's wrong by the outcome of this war. Go ahead.
Verse 28. Howbeit, the king of the children of Ammon hearkened not unto the words of Jephthah, which he sent. It's like it, which he sent him.
So the king of Ammon was like, man, whatever. You know what I mean? He like, yeah, I hear all that talk, but I'm here for war.
Right.
I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to talk no more. I don't, you know, people do that to this day. You know what I mean? You try to make peace with them, but they been set in their mind. You know what I mean? How it said that the Most High hardened Pharaoh's heart. Well, I'm sure the Most High helped harden this man's heart too. He ain't want to hear it. I don't care about what you're saying. I don't care about, yeah, you got your records. You say, I don't want to hear it. We going to war. Go ahead.
Verse 29. Then the spirit of the Most High came upon Jephthah, and he passed over Gilead and Manasseh, and passed over Mizpah of Gilead. And from Mizpah of Gilead he passed over unto the children of Ammon.
So he went through these different lands. You know what I mean? He passed over Gilead. He passed over Manasseh. He passed over Mizpah, which is another place in Gilead. And from there, he went into the land of the children of Ammon to give them what they asking for. Go ahead.
Come, verse 30. And Jephthah vowed a vow unto the Most High and said, if thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into mine hand, then it shall be that whatsoever cometh forth of the doors of my house to meet me when I return in peace from the children of Ammon shall surely be the Lord's, and I will offer it up as I will offer it up for a burnt offering.
So he said, if Lord, if you deliver them, if you let us have victory over the children of Ammon to show my appreciation, when I get home from this war in one piece and we back at peace, whatever comes out of my house first is yours. I'm going to offer it as a burnt offering. That is a hell of a thing to tell the Lord.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have to be careful when making an oath and a vow to the Lord. And this also is a cautionary tale of why.
Right.
Go ahead.
Come. Verse 32. So Jephthah passed over into the children of Ammon to fight against them, and the Most High delivered them into his hand.
So of course, as it said, when we're doing right with the Most High, nobody can defeat us. He crossed over into Ammon. We gave the king what he wanted. He wanted their war, and the Most High delivered them into our hands, and we defeated them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go ahead. Verse 33. Oh, no, I went down to 33.
Verse 33. And he smote them. And he smote them from Aurora, even till thou come to Maneth, even 20 cities, and unto the plains of the vineyard, with a very great slaughter. Thus the children of Ammon were subdued before the children of Israel.
So as you say, we gave the Amorites, we gave the Ammonites what they wanted. The king of Ammon wanted some made up beef. He thought that it was the time to come and attack Israel and try to take this land back because of whatever his reason was. Doesn't say his reasoning, but whatever his reasons were, he came against us for war, claiming some old ancient beef, some old ancient what's the word I'm looking for? Like we wronged him, some ancient wrong, and that was their land, and we were there unwelcome. After 300 years now, it's this, you want your land back.
Right.
It don't work that way. Your people attacked us in the first place. We came and conquered this land, and now just what just happened to the king of Ammon. Whatever, the 20 more of his cities just got conquered by Israel.
Right.
You know what I mean? The Lord delivered them into our hands.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? As said in the scriptures. I think we got time for 7 more. Then we're just gonna be the last 7. Go ahead, Mariah. Verse 34.
It's the book of Judges, chapter 11, verse 34 in the Hebrew. Wayabah, Yapatak, Hamatazapah, all, Bayatiyah, Wahana, Bahawa, Yataza'af, the Korah Atiyah, the Korah Atawa, but the Payam, Wabama Kalawath, Warap, Haya, Yakayada, Ayan, Lawa, Mamanawa, Ban, Awa, Bath, verse 20, it's like verse 35. Wayahaya, Kara, Watawa, Awata, Waya Korai, Af, Bagada Yawa, Waya Amar, Aha, Bataya, Hakarai, Hakarai, Danaya, Wa'af, Hayayaf, Ba'akarya, Wa'anakaya, Patazayataya, Pawa, all, Yahweh, Wala'a, our call, Lashawa, verse 36. What the Amar, Alayawa, Abaya, Patazayata, Af, Payak, all, Yahweh, Aisha, Lawa, Ka'ashar, Patazah, Mapayak, Adarya, Ashar, Aisha, Laka, Yahweh, Nakwamawath, Ma'yabayak, Mabanya, Amawan, verse 37. But the Amar, all, Abaya, Yaisha, Lawa, Hadabar, Hazah, Harapah. It's like I take a deep breath. Good night.
So take time.
Amaniyah, Shanayam, Hadashayam, Wa'alaka, Wayaradatia, Al, Harayam, Wabaka, Al, Bakawa, it's like, but the warrior, Anakaya, Wara Ayatia, it's like Wara Ayatia. Verse 38, where you Amar, Lakaya, where you Shalak, Awata, Shanaya, Karasayam, it's like Kodashayam. What the lock, Haya, where I want the ya. What the buck, Al. But the wall, yeah, Al, Haryam, 39, we are ya, Mokwataza, Shanayam, Kadashayam, what the Shah, all, Abaya, we are ice, La, Af, the Darya, it's like in the Darwa. Ashar, Ladar, Waya, La'a, Yara'ai, Yara'aiha, Ayash, What the ya, cock, Bayasharal. Bayasharala.
One more. Go ahead and get that last verse out. Finish the chapter.
Verse 40. Mayama Yama Yama. Delakana. Banawaf. Yashala. Latanawaf. Lakum. It's like a Labath. Yapatak. Hagala idea. Awabayaf. Arabayaf. Yamayam. Bashana.
Pick it up, English.
Book of Judges, chapter 11, verse 33 in the English.
Verse 34.
Verse 34 in the English. And Jephthah came to Mizpah unto his house, and behold, his daughter came out to meet him with timbrels and with dances, and she was his only child. Beside her, he had neither son nor daughter.
So when he came home to his house, the first thing that came out of his house was his daughter, his only child. Remember, he did make an oath to the Most High.
Right.
Keep going.
Verse 35. And it came to pass, when he saw her, that he rent his clothes and said, Alas, my daughter, thou hast brought me very low, and thou art one of them that trouble me.
So he saw his daughter, he made that promise. So he ripped his clothes and fell to his knees and just basically told his daughter, like, she had good intentions. She wanted to celebrate her father coming home successfully and safely from war, which is what a good daughter will do.
Right.
You know what I mean? A good child is going to celebrate their parents' safety.
Right.
But it broke his heart at the same time. It made him feel, after coming off such a great victory, he's up here because the Lord delivered Ammon into his hand. That's why he said, you have brought me very low. He coming home riding high pretty much. He's here. He just conquered 20 cities and disposed the king of Ammon, who was not a weak king by measure, or he would not have led an army to attack Israel. And that brought him all the way down. That instantly killed all the joy inside of him.
Right.
Because he knew what he told the Most High. Go ahead.
For I have opened my mouth unto the Lord, and I cannot go back.
Because I made an oath to the Lord, if he delivered these people into our hands, that I would do this thing. And I can't take my word back from the Lord. I made an oath and a promise to the Most High, and I can't break that oath. You know what I mean? Read.
Verse 36. And she said unto him, My father, if thou hast opened thy mouth unto the Lord, do to me according to that which thou proceedest out of thy mouth. For as much as the Lord hath taken vengeance for thee of thine enemies, even of the children of Ammon.
Now that's a powerful moment between a father and a daughter.
That's right.
She said, Dad, I understand. You made a promise to the Lord. So whatever you promised him you was going to do it.
Right.
And if I'm the one you have to do it to, do it.
Right.
Because you can't take back a promise from the Lord. You see, when our people are following the Lord, even how honorable this daughter right here is a great young lady.
That's right.
That is a great woman.
That's right.
You know what I mean? She give her a hand. Because as happy as she came out to see her daughter, her father, she saw her father fall. And she lifted him back up and said, Dad, don't worry about it. If you promised that, if whatever you promised to God that you would do it. Because he exacted vengeance on our enemies.
Right.
It's better for you to, fulfill your promise than to have that vengeance come back on this house and on us. Fulfill your word to the Lord. Read.
Verse 37. And she said unto her father, Let this thing be done for me. Let me alone. Let me alone 2 months, that I may go up and down upon the mountains and bewail my virginity. I and my fellows.
She said, you know what, Father, whatever it is, let it be done. Do it.
Right.
Yeah, whatever you told the Lord you're gonna do to me, do that to me. Just give me 2 months.
Right.
Let me have 2 months to go up to the top of the mountain to bewail, to mourn, you know what I mean, basically to cry, you know what I mean, to have a moment to bewail my virginity that I've never married. You know what I mean? I'm your only daughter. I didn't have a chance to marry a man. I didn't have a chance to bring forth seed in your name. Let me bewail my virginity. Let me go up there and have my moment, me and my fellows, basically me and my girls, or me and my friends, the ones that, you know, that roll with me. Let me have this moment for 2 months and then do what you got to do.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 38. And he said, go. And he sent her away for 2 months. And she went with her companions and bewailed her virginity upon the mountains.
So basically, he said, go, daughter, you got it. So he let her go for 2 months. She went to the top of the mountain. She went to the mountains, up and down the mountains with her friends, with her companions, with the people, with the people she was closest to. And she bewailed her virginity. Now, whatever that sister did up on that mountain to lament her virginity, she had her friends there to comfort her. She had her own strength, her belief in the Lord, and the Lord comforted, but she also had people there with her.
Right.
You know what I mean? And sometimes having your brothers and sisters around strengthens you to go and do this hard thing that you have to do.
Right.
She could have went up to that mountain and said, I'm gonna throw myself off or something. You know what I mean? Or she could have said, forget that, and tried to run away. Right. Instead, she went up there with her companions. She bewailed her virginity for 2 months, like she said, being a woman of honor. And then she came back. Go ahead.
Verse 39. Mm-hmm. And it came to pass at the end of the 2 months that she returned unto her father, mm-hmm. who did with her according to his vow, which he had vowed. Mm-hmm. And she knew no man. And it was a curse, and it was a custom in Israel.
She came back after 2 months. She came to her father and said, Dad, I'm ready. And the Lord went. And her father went and sacrificed her as a burnt offering unto the Lord.
Right.
As he promised. She knew no man. She had never lain with a man. She had never been married. She'd never, nothing. She went up and did what it is that she said she was going to do. Her house, that household right there, is an honorable household.
That's right.
He made a promise to the Lord and he kept his promise. And his daughter, to show if you raise a child the right way, the daughter heard that what the promise was, and she didn't hesitate. She said, Dad, do it. Just give me some time to prepare myself.
That's right.
All I need is a little bit of time to prepare myself. You know what I mean? And more in the fact that I never knew a man. I never had a chance to be a wife and never, never had a chance to bring forth children.
Right.
And to add on to your house, because I'm your only child. I'm your only daughter. So of course, her being raised right, she would probably want to produce a son. You know what I'm saying? To help keep the lineage going, to keep their bloodline going. She wanted to marry and honor the household of her father,
right.
Bring in a strong son-in-law or something, a mighty man of Israel. But she didn't have the chance to do that. This woman sacrificed her. This young lady sacrificed her life.
That's right.
For the victory and the glory of Israel. And they said, and it was a custom in Israel. Read
verse 40. And the daughters of Israel went yearly. That the daughters of Israel went yearly to lament the daughter of Jephthah, the Gileadite, mm-hmm. for days in a year, 4 days in a year.
So after she did that, she said it became a custom in Israel that the daughters of Israel would go to the top of that mountain, you know what I mean, and lament for her. She went to the top of the mountain to lament and her virginity, and it became a tradition that the daughters of Israel would go to the top of the mountain for 4 days out of the year and lament for her, right. For her sacrifice.
Right.
Because if it wasn't for her father and for her sacrifice, they might not have won against the Ammonites. Right. You get what I'm saying? That's what happens when you are an honorable man of the Lord and you raise honorable children unto the Lord. The nation will honor you. That woman, that young lady deserves honor. That father deserves honor. You know what I mean? Let's give them a hand. All right. And with that, I'm going to end Sabbath service. Mariah.
Pause me to stand, just us.
La Yashala.
All right, we're going to salute the scrolls, starting with the men up here in rank order. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua Barak Yah.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua Barak Yah.
Approach the stage in rank order.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barak Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barak Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barak Yah.
Pause me to stand. Upon our Kadam, you turn face the east. You're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemaya, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malapaka, Taba'ah, Ratzazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamaya, Nathalanau, Lakam, Cow, Yawam, Wasalakina, Kabawathina, Kasalakina, Kabawadi now, Wala Tabayaya now, Bonasai one, a ball, how was shy now, my yard, Rod, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Waha'ala, Watapara, Lawalami, Aman.
In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debt. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
I caught the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Ba'Shem.
Yahweh Shah. Babu Kashah.
Nathalanau. Hakah. Narapa'ah. Kal Magalah. Wakal Marawa. Hakah. Latahar. Hamatazariah. Hakat. Lahakim. Hamathim. Hakat. Arakawa. Hatama'ala. Lagar Ba'Shem Yahweh. The Wala Aman. In the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you, so be.
The plan of best Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Ba'Shem.
Yahweh Shah.
Baraklanau.
Wayashala.
Wahabaya. Sapari.
Ba'Shem Yahweh
The Wala Aman. In the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Hahari.
Al-Hahari.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Isaiah.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayah.
Shamayah.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Ayatan.
Ayatan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka. Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hanala'ah.
Hanala'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazarka.
Tazarka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyaka.
Yamyaka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashemah.
Hashemash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaika.
Yakaika.
Wayarah.
Wayarah.
Balayallah.
Balayallah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Bakarah.
Bakarah.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Afnapashka.
Afnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'afka.
Taza'afka.
Wabawa'aka.
Wabawa'aka.
Ma'ita.
Ma'ita.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Our
love. In the English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee.
Will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Yasharallah.
He that keepeth Yasharallah.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Al-Hayyam.
Al-Hayyam.
Al-Damayam.
Al-Damayam.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Al-Takarat.
Al-Takarat.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al-Tashakwat.
All. Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Wabika.
Wabika.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Amaka.
Al-Amaka.
Ya'arayamu.
Ya'arayamu.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayata.
Wayata.
Ya'ayatazawa.
Ya'ayatazawa.
Al-Tazapawaya.
Al-Tazapawamika.
Amarya.
Amarya.
It's like Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakedam.
Wanakakedam.
Magaya.
Magaya.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Shom Yasha'ala.
Shom Yasha'ala.
Awada.
Awada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawayatazawa.
Nawayatazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Barya.
Barya.
Yakaratwa.
Yakaratwa.
Ahoya.
Ahoya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayashimai.
Wayashimai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagari.
Wahagari.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amalak.
Wa'amalak.
Palashat.
Palashat.
Am Yeshabia.
Am Yeshabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zawawai.
Zawawai.
Labanya.
Labanya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamadia.
Kamadia.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Kayabia.
Kayabia.
Bonakal.
Bonakal.
Koyashawan.
Koyashawan.
Nashamaru.
Nashamaru.
Bayan.
Bayan.
Da'ira.
Da'ira.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La'adama.
La'adama.
Shayatama.
Shayatama.
Nada.
Nada.
Yamua.
Yamua.
Kaira.
Kaira.
Wakazabah.
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 Wakazalmanai.
Wakazalmanai.
Kal Nasiyakamu.
Kal Nasiyakamu.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Naya Rashad.
Naya Rashad.
Nanawa.
Nalawa.
Na'awa.
Na'awa.
Alahayam.
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 Shayatamu.
Shayatamu.
Kagogala.
Kagogala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya.
Lapanya.
Rawaka.
Rawaka.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Taba'ira.
Taba'ira.
Ya'ira.
Ya'ira.
Wakalahaba.
Wakalahaba.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Hariyam.
Hariyam.
Khan.
Khan.
Dabadatma.
Dabadatma.
Basa'ira.
Basa'irika.
Wabasa.
Wabasa.
Wapat.
Rapaka.
Dabahalam.
Dabahalam.
Mala'at.
Mala'at.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kanawan.
Kanawan.
Waya.
Waya.
Bakwashwa.
Bakwashwa.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Bahawa.
Bahawa.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Waya.
Waya.
Kapawa.
Kapawa.
Waya.
Waya.
Abadwa, Waya, Yaira, Kaya, Atha, Shimka, Yahweh, Yabaka, Ayawan, Al, Kal, Haratazah. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted.
And consulted.
Against thy hidden one.
Against thy hidden one.
They have said.
They have said.
Come.
Come.
And let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel.
May be no more remembered.
May be no more remembered.
But they have consulted together.
But they have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate.
They are confederate
against thee.
Against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gebal. And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur is also joined with them.
Assur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kison.
At the brook of Kison.
Which perished at Endor.
Perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
And like Zael.
And like Zael.
Yea. All their princes.
All their princes.
As Zabah.
As Zabah.
And as Zamuna.
And as Zamuna.
Who said. Let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves.
The houses of Yahweh in possession.
The houses of Yahweh in possession.
Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stone before the wind.
As the stone before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flames set the mountains on fire.
And as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
Persecute them.
So persecute them.
Persecute them.
With thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid.
With thy storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their face with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their face with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And troubled forever.
And troubled forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou. Whose name alone. Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Art the most high.
Art the most high.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
Sorry, Mr. Turner. God of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Imazim, Barak,
Yahweh Shabbat Shabbat.
Yazam Sabbath service dismissed.